Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and you can see today we are taking a look at another Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figure, and it is one that I was highly excited for. It is the Protoceratops. I am a huge fan of Protoceratops. I absolutely love that dinosaur. I always have, even since I was a little kid. I always thought it was so cool simply because it was a ceratopsian and it didn't have any crazy spikes or anything sticking out of its head aside from that very small one on the nose, and I always thought that was so interesting to me. Along with its very small size, I was very intrigued by it as a child, and it's carried over to me being an adult. I absolutely love this dinosaur. So when Mattel's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line was announced that they were creating one, I was beyond excited, and here it is. I finally got it, so let's take a closer look. So starting up here at the head sculpt, you can see that the overall head sculpt and detail and all is really nicely done. Beautiful detail and sculpt all over the place, especially up here on the frill. It looks fantastic. And that little horn, that bump on the nose also looks very good. You can even see the beak has some very nice detail. I did purchase another one of these to repaint, so I'll be quite excited to really try to bring out all the detail and sculpt of this figure with my repaint. The only thing of the face that I really do not like are the eyes. I feel like the eyes are really weird, and the fact that the pupil is the same color as the rest of the body is just strange. And kind of looking at it like this, it just gives you the idea of a possessed dinosaur. So maybe Satan has gotten into this dinosaur, I don't know. Either way, I really do not like the eyes. I feel like the eyes could have been much better if they would have actually put a little bit of a different paint or a darker paint on the actual eye. Having such a light coloration for the skin of most of the dinosaur with this light blue, and then giving it this light green coloration was just a very strange choice. Not to mention the even lighter pupil. If they would have given it like maybe a black pupil as opposed to that very light blue that is the rest of the coloration of the animal, it really would have helped to make the eyes stand out and elaborate it a lot more, and it would have looked a lot better. You can see though that this green coloration that kind of creeps in from the sides of the head looks beautiful. I really like the way that's applied. I think it looks fantastic. Coming back here onto the upper part of the animal, you can see that the upper part looks very nice. The whole back is sculpted beautifully, and that green coloration just kind of continues there. Coming down here into the leg looks very nice. I like the little bit of scrunched up skin on the inside of the front leg. Feet look very nice as well. No paint on the nails of the front or back feet, and it is just the same coloration as the rest of the body. It doesn't appear to have any kind of a gloss or anything either, but it still looks pretty good. Coming up here into the side, you can actually see the rib cage there, which I absolutely love that, and the sculpt work looks fantastic. You see all sorts of little bumps and cracks and crevices that run the whole length of the animal. Coming back here into the leg, you can get a really good idea of how much work went into the sculpt right here on the leg, just looking at all the different sized scales on the dinosaur. It's unbelievable how much work went into the actual sculpt of it, as it is with pretty much all of these Mattel figures. You see some very nice muscle tone in the back leg here, and then coming down into the rear foot also looks very nice. Beautifully sculpted. Coming up here into the back, behind the leg, again some beautifully sculpted scales that runs out to this fantastic looking tail, and some more of that green coloration, and then of course the blue. The underside doesn't have any kind of a change in coloration, but you can see there are a lot of little black dots just to give it some sort of a difference in coloration. And of course there is the Jurassic Facts code for anybody interested. And again, looking at the opposing side, it looks very nice, just like the opposite side did. But again, I feel like the eyes on it kind of ruin the entire thing for me. The coloration for the most part is pretty nice. I'm not super sold on the blue coloration, but those eyes just really mess the whole thing up for me. Either way, the whole sculpt and everything looks fantastic, and once I repaint one, I feel like I will be absolutely in love with this figure. As far as articulation goes, on this figure, the head is on a swivel, so you can completely turn his head upside down if you really want him to look absolutely insane. And of course the legs are articulated as well, and then you've got the tail, which is on a swivel, just like the Proceratosaurus was. So there's a decent bit of articulation. The head can also move up and down. It cannot go left and right, but it can go up and down, like I said, and swivel and all that. So there is definitely some pretty decent articulation. As far as the size goes, From the front here of the little beak to the back, you're looking at almost 6 inches, or about 15 centimeters. And for a height to the top of the frill, you're looking at about 2 3/4 inches and about 7 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, who is about to walk right over that little Protoceratops because he just does not even notice him. He is so small. This is, of course, an attack pack figure, and the attack pack figures are quite small, so this goes along with all of the others that have been released because they've all been fairly small figures, but you can see that this one is just really, really small compared to the Papo Rex. So the overall sculpt of this figure is fantastic. I really, really love it and absolutely cannot wait to repaint one to see how nice I can get it to look. The actual paint on this one, I really like the way the green is applied. I love the fact that it runs from the side into the face, like up on the frill and all that. But I'm not super sold on the blue coloration that it has. I don't really like that too much. It's not bad, but the worst part of the figure, like I've mentioned numerous times, is without question those odd eyes that just kind of give it a possessed look. So this may be a zombie Protoceratops, who knows. Either way, it is still a very nice figure and definitely worth the price tag of $7 if you can find it at Walmart. You can also pick one up, I believe, on Amazon, but it'll be double the price, just like the Proceratosaurus was. There is an alternate color scheme for this figure coming in 2019, and although at this point I'm a little tired of a lot of the different colorations and repaints we continue to get because they're just getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. I mean, we've always kind of had that going on. That happened with Kenner, and even Hasbro with the Jurassic Park 3 line still did a lot of repaints, but we are just getting a ton from Mattel. And I'm excited about the repaint for this Protoceratops because this one is definitely not the best paint job in my opinion. And again, the eyes look terrible. So the newer paint job is much more appealing to me from what I've seen in the pictures, and I really like the newer paint job way more than I like this one. So I'll be very looking forward to that figure when it does actually release. But for now, we have this one, and it's still a very nice Protoceratops. So if you do want to buy one, like I said, head to your local Walmart or Target. They're a little hard to find at this point in time, but they shouldn't be impossible. And if you'd rather just order it from the comfort of your own home, you can order it from Amazon, but you're going to have to pay a little more than you would in store. I will throw a link in the description to this figure on Amazon if you are interested. Then please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.